Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at an old 72-hour kit that I got 3 years ago from the Wise Company. They had these on sale at the time. I don't even remember what I paid for it, like 25 bucks. It was super cheap. At the time, I really hadn't messed around too much with Wise. I had, had my Mountain House and a couple others, but Wise normally comes in like big packaging, bulk packaging, so they're not really much for individual meal packs, and even the stuff in here isn't really individual. It's usually multiple servings per bag. But I figured we'd take a look at this and then just kind of do a general sort of taste test of a, maybe like a standard meal. So again, 72 hours, 34 total servings, and here we have some of the stuff that's in it. So we've got apple cinnamon cereal and brown sugar and maple multi-grain cereal. We've got Southwest rice and beans, chicken flavored noodle soup, creamy pasta and veg, just some veg, creamy pasta and vegetable rotini, and then whey milk. So yeah, I mean, it's actually a decent variety. To be honest with you, I'm not much of a cereal eater anymore. So generally when I want breakfast, I want like Mountain House breakfast skillet or biscuits and gravy or something. But these should be okay. Southwest rice and beans sounds pretty good. The noodle soup actually kind of sounds good too. Creamy vegetable pasta, that kind of looks like I don't know, just a really kind of bland looking pasta, if we're being totally honest. And then whey milk, I'm not real big on milk. I never have been big on milk. I was like an Ovaltine kid. If you're gonna make me drink milk, at least put like Ovaltine in it. But I usually keep around like powdered milk just for like my bread making, and or if I'm doing something else and I need like a cup of milk and I don't have it, I'll just put that together and it usually tends to be okay. So here's some of the, just bumping stuff. Here's some of the nutritional facts here for some of our various items. And you can kind of pause there for yourself if you're very much inclined. All of the ingredients. So, and I did have a sticker here. So this was manufactured in 2016. So not quite 3 full years yet, but it's getting there. Okay, so there's some Southwest rice and beans, and again, they come in these 4 serving pouches. All right, so many of these are pretty big, and you're not going to be able to like make them in the pouch because of how much is in these, and the pouches themselves are not super thick, like some of the other individual packets may be. But what I would normally recommend for this kind of stuff is like buy a vacuum sealer, but buy one of those Food Saver vacuum sealer things. You can get a lot of those for fairly cheap nowadays, and they're usually not too bad. But take this out, portion it out, vacuum seal it instead of just potentially letting stuff go bad. There's some creamy vegetable pasta. There's a noodle soup. There's a brown sugar and maple multigrain cereal. Here's a big old bag of whey milk. And then apple cinnamon cereal. So that's it. I mean, when we're talking about this, all 4 servings that they were talking about are in the bags. And 14 servings of whey milk. So this is what you get in that box. It's just crazy to look at because again, like there's a lot of food here, but it's all just in their own individual bags. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take a best of taste test, sort of like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then we'll, I think I'm gonna probably try a little bit of each of these and then reseal, repackage them. But that's the plan, and that's what we're gonna do. So I will be right back with our brown sugar and maple multigrain cereal and our apple cinnamon cereal to try out and we'll go from there. Alright, so I figured we'd just do these two at the same time. Here's our brown sugar and maple multigrain cereal. So 4 servings per pouch. Now their cooking instructions are basically for the entire bag. And that's all well and good, but I'm not eating the entire bag of this. I barely want any of it. So I'm just going to kind of pour out maybe about roughly half a cup, I guess. And then we'll, deal with that later. Probably put in some resealable bags. And about the same. Oop, maybe a little bit more than that, but okay. Smells very good. So yeah, a lot of oats. Oats in powder. Woohoo! Now, I suppose you could probably eat this cold. Put a little cold water in it. I'm just gonna do hot water, and I'm just gonna kind of gauge it as I see fit. You can do pretty much whatever you feel like doing. See, this actually feels a little bit more like a cereal, and this kind of feels a little bit more like an oatmeal. It's definitely thickening up more like an oatmeal. But anyway, it both does contain oats, so da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, so I'm gonna let these sit for maybe about 5 minutes, just to let them tighten up a bit, and then and also cool down because that was boiling water. Let it cool down, tighten up, and then we'll be back for taste testing. Let's go ahead and start with our apple cinnamon cereal here. So again, this thickened up a little bit more. Get a little bite of that. There we go. That's not bad. Definitely has an apple taste, but it's kind of feels very artificial. Decent amount of cinnamon in there. You really get the cinnamon. So, you guys know, like an apple cinnamon candle, how that smells. How that smells is kind of the way this tastes. You can equate that in your mind. Again, not bad. I let it set just long enough. The oats are quite nice. I actually really enjoy that. Like I say, taste just has a slightly artificial taste. Let's move on to brown sugar, maple multigrain. Again, this one didn't really tighten up as much, so a lot more liquid in there. There we go. So whereas this one had quite a bit of taste to it, this one doesn't. Now granted, I did put less in this bowl than here, so maybe that has something to do with it, but it doesn't have a ton of taste. You get a little bit of that brown sugar. I don't really taste anything maple about it, but it does taste more real, despite that, I guess. Either or, they're both pretty good. Like I would be reasonably okay, like if I couldn't get my hand on like powdered eggs or something, or like a breakfast skillet, I'd be okay with eating this. As just your start to the morning. So, cool. All right. Well, next up, we'll take a look at our main dishes and kind of compare those a little bit. So let me clear up and we'll get back to the next segment. All right, so here we have our main dishes. We got our Southwest rice and beans. Some of the nutritional facts there. Let's go ahead and open her up. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, that's just a lot of rice. Okay, get a little taste of that. Next up, our creamy vegetable pasta, which does say here on the package, so rotini, garden vegetables, and a the creamy bechamel sauce. So there we go. Some of the nutritional facts there. All right. There was our oxygen absorber. Okay, and then finally, our noodle soup. That's chicken flavored. Probably not any chicken in there, but it's, by God, it's chicken flavored. Alright. And there we go. That should be good. Okay, so we will just add the water. Noodle soup, I kind of want a little bit more brothy, I guess. This maybe a little less. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. I might add a little bit more to that. I'll see how it all sets up. I'll probably have to add a little bit more to that just to cover the noodles. This, I think, should be just about right. Okay. A lot of rice in that one. Okay, so just like our breakfast, I'm going to go ahead and let these set up. 5-10 minutes, give or take. And then we'll be back for taste testing these. Alright, so everything has had some time to sit. I did wind up adding water to each of these. Everything just kind of wound up sapping up quite a bit of the water that I had given them originally, especially the rice and the Southwest rice and beans. So anyway, I think we should be good here. So let's go ahead and try the noodle soup, because that was kind of the one that interested me the most. And I do see little bits of chicken in there. So it's not just chicken flavored, it actually has little bits of chicken. Let's try it out. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, actually. So they have the celery and the carrots. You definitely taste that a lot here. The broth is relatively simple, but it's nice, and it should be simple. Broth should be simple. Doesn't taste super salty, but you definitely get that chicken flavor. Little bits of chicken. The veggies are still kind of crunchy. The noodles are nice. They're not mushy. That's pretty darn good. I like that a lot. Let's try our creamy vegetable pasta. And let's see if we can get a pea as well. There we go. Got a little pea in that bite too. This one's boring. For lack of better terminology, it's just boring. I think it needs more peas to give more of that flavor, but like the sauce, there's just not much to it. I mean, bechamel is pretty simple anyway, but you could use seasoning, like salt and pepper and something more, like maybe like roasted red peppers, or like a sun-dried tomato or something like that, just to kick it up a notch. But as it sits, it's kind of lame, truth be told. All right, let's move on. Southwest rice and black bean. A lot of rice, relatively short grain rice, corn, beans. It smelled pretty good. Yeah, and it's pretty good. It actually is really good. Beans could have used a little bit more time, I think. They're not bad, but they're still just a wee bit hard. I'm trying to think of what it, you know what, honestly what it tastes like is kind of like, just like a standard bean burrito from Taco Bell. If it had rice in it, you pick up that hint of onion. Like I would just like, I almost just want to go get some like, some Taco Bell fire sauce and then just put it in here. Actually, I think I might have some somewhere. But yeah, I would just take some Taco Bell fire sauce, throw it in there. I'd be pretty happy. So yeah, the noodle soup is probably my favorite. I don't know, it's very simple, but it just hit the spot. Creamy vegetable pasta, not super impressed with. Southwest rice and beans, not bad. Not bad at all. Just maybe some hot sauce in there and probably be perfect. So there you go, folks. There was our Wise 72-hour emergency ration pack. Hopefully you enjoyed that. You know, just something kind of different, I guess. Yeah, it's not different at all. Same stuff we do here. So anyway, all of you subscribers, I greatly appreciate you subscribing. You're awesome. And anyone who has not subscribed yet but enjoys the videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get your notifications when I put videos up. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you. But as it sits now, guys, thank you very much for stopping by and we will catch you down the road. See ya.